I'm really excited for this video because you are going to learn a lot about AI vibe coding, how to build full stack app from basics to advanced with minimal efforts and zero hands-on coding. So if you have a cursor, if you have any CLI, for example, Gemini CLI, Claude Code at your disposal, then watch this video how to build app that actually works for production use. And you can use this method to sell to any clients and earn thousands of dollars. So what we are going to build, we are going to build personal CRM from where you will be able to add authentication, Google PayPal integration with the payment, real-time chat system using Socket.io, ad blogging, services, portfolio, and much more. Before jumping onto the video, let's see what I have built. So this is ramanpal.com. You can also check that out. This is a landing page with little hover effect with the animated version of me. And I use this neo brutalism generated by our inbuilt builder, which I've already talked about in the video. You can also grab that from promptslove.com. So these are the services and the case studies, the rate cards, intuitive rate cards, so ready to launch. And this is the form, and this is the playful CTA, just to show my skills. This is photo here. Here are the services section. This is the services, nicely formatted with the breadcrumbs, as well as this slider, which is configurable inside the CRM. So you can also type your own fees to it. And this is the content area and FAQ section as well. So I've also added the schema for this to be SEO ready. Now let me show you the flow. So how it's going to help. Okay. So for example, let me act as a client. So client watched this and wanted to sign up for its account, right? And add its details just like that and send message. Hello, I need help. So here you might be wondering that why I didn't add the to captcha, because it can easily be crackable, bypassed by any AI tool or a automated bot system, which will abuse my CRM, and I don't want any unwanted emails or inquiry into my mailbox. And therefore I added this verify your email 6-digit code here. So if it's an Autobot, they must add this auto grab OTP system, but that will cost them huge. So this is the way which I've implemented to get only quality leads, nothing else. So here is the verification code. It will grab from their email and it will verify that. And there you go. Go here into the sign up and sign up with your account. For example, this, there you go. And here it can send the inquiries. There it is already sent, and you can wait for this. And also there is a chat option for the real time about this. Hello. So this is totally real time. So if you see the course, you will know about it. And this is my CRM. And here I have this project section, inquiries. As you can see, I have got this inquiries. If I click on the view, I can simply reply that to the inquiry. And you can see I have got this chat option here as well. And it will redirect to this, and I can simply reply that. Okay, so this is the projects. And here I can add project to any client from the list. So I can send it to the proposal. You will know about it in the course. And there's a query, task, everything is working, and task is intuitive. And I can add any task, for example, this, and the due date, let's say tomorrow. I click on create task. So it will show in the progress. If I reload this, now it will show that here in the tickering time bomb that you need to complete that. So there are client section. I can view that. There's a blog orders section. I can edit my order with all the details of my SEO optimized social media channel for EEAT. There's a category section. I can add the categories. Blog is also very intuitive. I have added this blog Node.js library, which is node type writing functionality. Schema, FAQs here. There's a services section. I can add in detail services. There's a portfolio section I can add. So these are pages, and this is something which I'm proud to add inbox into my system. So I'm not going to use any third-party email services, for example, Google Workspace or something. So I have added my own inbox into my panel such that I can simply read the message, reply from here, send every message from here, and I don't need any other box. I just need my website. In the settings, I have different type of branding as well, which I can easily configure as per my requirement. So you are going to learn so much in this course. So keep watching this video. So this was the overview. Don't skip any part of it. Keep watching until the end. Bookmark this particular video or save or download it. I don't care. You must learn from this, because this is going to change the way you vibe code, develop apps. So if you want to learn more about it, I have a full course on it in detail on promptslab.com. Do check that out. I hope you will enjoy this course. Happy learning. Okay, so this is going to be exciting because I'm going to build a whole CMS for my own personal website where I will be adding my own portfolio and also adding my services page and also the backend CRM for the clients as well as for me. I'm using my own UI builder, for example, here. As you can see in the interface, it's on the local host. So if you want to get that, go check out promptslab.com, and I've already done the video. You can check that out as well on my channel. If I go to my landing page here, so this will be my landing page, and I've already created the two pages. First is the my services page. So this will be my services page. This is a very brutalist style, and let me just minimize this, and I can easily customize that after we start generating the code. And this will be a single service page where it has the button hire me and the number of filters which we are going to add that later. And let's see here. I don't think we need to do anything else will be done by the windsurf itself. So what I need to do is I just need to download that and save that somewhere. So let me go to the codes here. Let's click on, let me give it a title, Raman Power, and where is the download designs? Yeah, this one is the downloading design. So let me go here and paste that in, extract this. So this will be our design. Let me move this through trash and let me open this into windsurf. So there you go. To develop anything first, you need to create a plan, and to create a plan you need to give a context which we call the context engineering. So what that context is all about, whatever your features you want in your app, it must be included in all of that. As we have done the UI UX part, so we will just attach this particular folder to the chat and tell it to build our UI designs, any UI designs in the future based on the design format of this. So it will accordingly that. So our UX is done. We don't need that much of a designing part. So only part is left is the development. And for the development, we have multiple options available. For example, the stack you are going to use. So easily you can use the WordPress, but I don't actually love WordPress because of not only the speed part, but also it's actually very bloated. And I'm not very fond of using WordPress. I always try to create my own systems. Personally prefer a custom CMS. I'm going to let the AI does the planning, scrape the internet for the context and build a better solution for me. So here what I'm going to do is I'm going to plan with it. So to plan with it, I'm using the windsurf, and you can also use the cursor. It also your own preference. So I will be using the 4.6 thinking model because it's also on the reduced rate, which is a 3x of the credits for the windsurf. So that's a plus for me. And here I'm going to create a mega plan. That's it. Let me give you a prompt that I use to create a context file. So you can find that in the description. Let me copy and paste that here. Okay, here is my gigantic prompt that you must also use to create any app you want. So here I said create a mega plan. Whenever you type this mega plan, it will add this yellow borderline that shows that it's already in the plan mode, or you can select that from here. And the model I've selected is the latest Opus 4.6 thinking, which is the best in building for the first use. But obviously for the debugging, we always use GPT 5.2. And here I've given each and every detail here that whatever I want on the front end, what I want on the CRM page where I will be tracking all the orders and all. So you can check this prompt in the description box. I will put the doc file. You can check that out. Only thing I add here, build, we need to create two files. First is the context of features.md, which include all the features that we want. And next is context.md. Will include what type of context stack we will while building this particular app. So this is what it will use. And I've also given a web access to access that such that all everything will be aligned as per me. I've also suggested that it need an email integration. I'm not using any Google Workspace, so we need an email which we can build by ourselves or something. So I have also suggested that obviously we need to have our SMTP ready to send all the progress to our clients. So this is what I've added as well. Critical features that I want so that I won't get it missed for this particular prompt. So give it as much as time as you can. So after that, just press enter. Now it will start building the plan. It will suggest me the type of tech stack it will use so that it will be scalable and better visibility for our website. So let it complete. So now first it will analyze our UX. So it will create that file here, and then we will see what type of plan it will go. So let it complete. So I will not be showing you any progress because it will take so much time to record that. It will show you this nice pop-up that based on its research, what type of tech stack it's going to use. So it will give you a few options. So here is the first is for the database. For database, it already have two things. So MySQL and PostgreSQL. I love this because it's ideal for CRM and better JSON support. If you don't know anything about the coding, then choose the recommended one, whichever your LLMs provide. So my case is Next.js for the tech stack. And now next is, do you already have a PayPal business account set up? So yes, I have this PayPal business account. It says, yes, I already have the API integration. So we will integrate that with our app. So let it complete. So these are the three questions it asks. So next is the email SMTP. So aaPanel has this built-in mail server, which I'm going to use. So I don't want to use external relay. So if you have the aaPanel installed, then use this. If you have Google Workspace account, then use that Google Workspace account for the SMTP. That can also be done. Now I have full answer I need. So it will build two files like I have requested, the context.md and the features.md, which will be available here. And after that context.md, we don't implement yet. We will add a rule for this workspace. Okay, so let it complete and let me go to the WinSurf settings. So here you have the cascade, and under the cascade you have the rules. Go to the manage rules, click on the workspace, add Next.js developer. So here always on. So here you need to type the rule for this workflow. Okay, workflow. Okay, you are Next.js full stack developer. You have to write code in JavaScript. You will help with the users and provide the best solution as possible, and always use context md features md file for the project and log every process in the progress md file. So why the logging every process? Because it has all the trace back to what it has done until now. So you must include this as a rule because it will be beneficial for that. And after every successful build, add build or debugs, add to memory. That's it. So this is very crucial because it has all the context while you work on it. Even if you create a new chat, it will first read the context.md file, features.md file and progress.md file, such that it has all the knowledge before proceeding anything. So it will include all the bugs in it. It will include whatever the implementation is being done. So it will log that out. So let's save this and go to the back, and it says it's done. Created the mega plan. Give it a read. So as in Next.js, which is this will be for our database, and this will be our for authentication, and this will be our PayPal invoice. So I just one thing is Google as well, sign in with Google. So this is what I want, and start writing features md and add that to a folder. Then write context md, and all md files must be inside. That's it. And now let's switch that to the code and let it run. So now it will modify its plan for the authentication. So for the authentication, it will also use Google Auth. So this is something which I want to add. So now let it complete and it will start implementing that. So let's see what will be the first draft of this. And there are few things we need to implement that as well. And go to the cascade. Here you have this auto execution, which should be on the turbo because it will ask all the commands to run. So let it run for the turbo. And something is a preview. You can also add that, enable this, and there is a completion notification if you want. I don't want that. And there's one more continue. Why it needs this? Because if you don't do that, it will only do a specific chat until its context limit is finished. There's always a rate limiting on every LLM, so it will just do some part of the development and close that chat, and it will ask you that this much I have built and ask you to if I want to continue. If you don't want to add that, simply click on continue. It will keep on building that. And now as you can see in the workflows, it has added the features.md file. Now it's going to add the context.md file. So if you read well, it has every detail that I've written and how it's going to handle that. So this is very important for the context engineering. Okay, so now it's done creating all the plan. Now it has, as you can see here, so the auto generated memory, which I've already told in the rule section, and it has created the 3 files. If you see the context file, it's all the technicalities that it's going to use. So now let's build and don't stop until do the first MVP. That's it. So now let it complete. The draft is completed as per the logs, and to run the Next.js app, you have one command, that is npm run dev, and it will give you the local URL here. Let's just open this. Okay, so this is here. We have my image missing here, which we will iterate that and we will see that. And once you load your website and you see some errors or something, best practice is to open your notes and start typing it, because you are going to need a lot. Okay, so obviously it's LLM, it won't give you a full working app at just one go. You need to iterate that. So for this, let's go here and type this, fix my image on main page. Let's go to the service page. It's also working. The URL is not working because the service page hasn't been added yet, and there's a portfolio is coming up, the blog, the contact. So get started is redirecting to the checkout. So this is something which we need to implement. Started must redirect to sign up, not checkout. So this is something which we need to improve. Also the query section, and there's a contact us which has this enter query with the, everything is working as per our requirement. Let's see, the CRM page has this login logout. If I click on it, login, it won't work just for now because we don't have added the login functionality. Okay, so there are a couple of things we need to do. So first is what I built. So it built 68 components at one go, and now on the right you may have a thing called context used. And now here the context is being used by 74%. You always see this context. The more it eats, the less the quality of output is. So always remember that whenever you go beyond 70%, don't use it. Okay, by that what I mean is always create a new chat. So I want minor fixes, so I will be creating a new chat here. Before doing that, let's see the concluding suggestion from the LLM. So suggestions are the CRM task IDs, everything is created. There are something which we need to include, this PayPal client ID, the database URL is created here. So we don't need to do that because it's still in the local environment. So database is there. So we will be telling it to something, use SQLite for local database testing, then move to PostgreSQL afterwards. And there's a more thing we need is to enter our authentication. So to do that, we have this Google ID, Google Client ID, and client secret. Now how to build this? To set up Google Console, just search for Google Cloud Console on Google, or there is a URL called console.cloud.google.com, and you need to set up first the billing. So don't worry, nothing will be get charged. Just set up for your first account. Let me just go into mine. So here you need to create a new project. Let me create one for me and show you how to create it. For example, the project name is Roman Pal, and billing, you need to select the billing. Let's add my billing here. So organization will be this, or you can create your own organization. Click on create, and after you have created it, just select your project, which is this, and go here and click on API and services, click on credentials, and click on auth client ID. So here you need to configure your content screen. Click on get started, and you can add your support email. This, so it will be external. Internal is for the internal workspace, which I don't want, and the content address will be contact@ramanpal.com. Even you can add your own Gmail account. Click on finish and click on continue and click on create. Now after you created this, click create auth client, and for that you need to select a web application. So let me give ramanpal.com the name, and here you need to add the authorized JavaScript origin. So for us, I'm not going to add the localhost, so let it complete, but I will be adding the authorized redirect. So this is very important, and to do this, simply go here and ask the LLM, which is what will be URI for Google, and there it is. So it is our callback URL. Let me copy this and paste that for now. You can add multiple because we are on this, so we can add this. Look for the trailing spaces, click on create, and in our production website we will be using our own domain. So this is my client ID and paste that to the env file, which is this, and the same goes for the secret. Okay, so our oath should be ready and nothing else we need to do. So our client ID has been created here. So after we have done this, just click on new terminal. We need to rebuild this. npm run build again. Let's go open this into integrated terminal, our project folder. Make sure you have this packet.js on that particular directory. So we will build it again and build with the new credentials. So here in the fix one, what I'm going to ask is fix my image on main page, get it from here, right? And move to our app. So also get this sign up. I have already added Google credentials, test that as well. So just click on enter and it will start doing it. Okay, so it's done. I think it's working. So this is, let's reload this. Okay, so get started is redirecting to the sign login page, and let me sign up with the random account, for example this, and it will just redirect that to the dashboard. So this is the dashboard from, I think, for the client, because this is not my as an admin one. So if I go to the chat invoices, so I cannot create anything here since I cannot even create the project here. So this is something which we need to fix. So this is all done. So let's go to my notes, fix project creation flow from client. Let them add project details as inquiry. Also add inquiry module for clients to make order first, make conversion first with form, and do add email notification for each, for users as well as admin. So this is something which I want to fix. So everything is, I think, working fine. So profile name is this, email is this. We can create a price. That's great. We need to add, I think, this one, edit users profile image as well, functionality. Let them upload custom profile pic. So this is, invoices will be created obviously the front end or by the welcome back Raman Singh. Here's an overview of your project. So this will be the project, this will be my invoices, that's it. Okay, so if I go to my here, so it shows that it's you are logged in and you need to do a dashboard. If I click on sign out, so it's, I think, signed out. So let's see dashboard. Okay, so it's signing out, so there is working fine. So I already created my demo account, so let's go here from the staff point of view. So if I click on login, okay, so it's redirecting to our CRM dashboard, which is what we want. So here's a new post, nothing is working. So it's redirecting to this handler. Let me grab this, but new invoice. So this is the invoice, like adding item or something from here, right? And there's the inquiries, the number of inquiries, there is none. Task, so we cannot add any task here. So let's go to here. For CRM, can't add task. Projects, can't add projects either. So inquiries, obviously there's no inquiry yet. So invoices, if we can add invoices, so there's no client ID. So instead of client ID, let it select from the user base. Okay, so this is what I'm going to add is on this, make sure client ID is searchable, drop down from user database. We can select from signed up users only or add custom email to send. So if I want to add custom email, it will send that invoice to that, and they can simply log in and sign up to our portal. Add email send as to them as well, whether signed up or not. So the USD, so we need to fix that, and date selector is working. So service name, this one, let's add something like SEO, detail pages, let's add three unit prices, let's add something this. Okay, so it's working, so that's what I wanted. So we cannot add the client ID, so that's why the task won't work. So let it run. So task can't be added because of obvious reason, and there's the clients. So add function, also add ability to add custom clients, send them email confirmation email. So there's a blog, so let's create a new blog. Okay, creating a new blog is getting this. Let me paste this. Let me copy this again. You blog note s for WC edit. I think this is the block note or something else. Let's search for block. Let me search here. Yeah, this is block note.js, which we need. Notion type editor. So there's services. So these are the services. Click on edit if I may. Yes, we can add it also. Okay, so we can also the editing services. Editing services must include all fields that are posted on front end. For example, picture uploader, add WCI egg, blog note JS, also add file uploader and SEO settings, schema, which we are going to do that in a bit. So this is the SEO settings like meta, create URL, lug settings, categories, etc. Form or type form to add to each services. I don't think we need to add the pricing, so I will just say categories because these are the services. So for the service we need to add the code. So project is here. Let's add something. For example, webby.com, UI, design, tool pages. So let's add here, for example, web development, client name. Let's add me, tech stack, PHP, press, CSS. So URL is this. I just want to test if it's working. Feature no, click on create. Okay, so failed to create. Let's get the console error. Can't add project portfolios, giving this. Also redo folio addition as services page. And what else we need? The pages. Okay, so we have these pages, so we cannot edit this, right? Can't edit pages, already published. Also add same settings as above and adding new, giving same error as blog. I will paste that. You need to go ahead and check out each and every pages like that. Okay, let me like that. And there's a chat. So someone has sent me the message here, but the conversation is wrong. So this is something which we need to, but I will do the chat part later because I need to add the chat widget on the right bottom. And there's a settings page, company name. We need to add everything here. For example, the bank details, everything, such that it can create the invoices. So these are the settings that we need for now. So number of user is also working. The clients are 2 and the number of clients are these, as you can see here, which is working. So thumbs up for this. Yeah, we will do this later. So let it complete and we will see. So we will wrap this up for the first day and let's see how it's going. So all you need to do is just copy that and paste that here. Okay, so it says it's done. So let's see. Okay, so CRM is here. Let's create a new post. So for the new post, let's create a test post. And obviously there's a few things you need to add, that add the inability to upload images. So this is done. Fixes upload image for functionality across services, blogs, pages, also in blog note JS, WYSY edit as well. So this is something which I want to include, for example this. And block node JS is also working. You can see we can add the toggle list there and add something with YouTube. So there's a click post except we have added. So obviously there's a slug and enable slug editing, SC mid tag, like title, description editing, make it full page like WordPress, ability to select and add categories. So this is something which I want to add. So let's see if publishing post is working. So there's no category. We cannot edit any post. So we will only focus about the blog post here. We can edit any blog post as well. Do complete revamp of this feature. So you are going to do one feature of your app and iterate as much as you can do until it will complete that particular feature, and then go to the next section. So let me do the one with the blogs and then we will use the invoicing as well. So this is for the blog. So we will do that, but let's do the blog because we have started it, and we will do this, add blog categories as well. Edit the category page with description, meta, etc. Revamp blog functionality. So let's test out the invoicing. So let's send invoice. Okay, so invoice is working. We can add or send to the custom as well, or select from the list. Payment method, we can select the currency here, let's add the due date of 14. Send email notification. Let's add SEO description into 4 pages and add something like 10. Quantity pricing is this. Additional notes. Once paid cannot be refunded. Click on create and now it's done. Status is still at draft. We cannot open that as well. So there's one more. So this is the issue of invoicing. So now let's go to the client page. So client page is here. So we have got the invoices, so it's working. So we cannot view the voice. So this is the problem. Let's go here. So this view page of invoices is not working. So we are going to fix this all tomorrow. Let's just do with the blogging. Once the blogging one is complete, then we will move on to the next feature and the next and next. So this is how we are going to do. So let's complete the blogging and we will review that tomorrow. Okay, so here's the day 2 and let's see the upgrades. So let's click on the get started. So it's a simple login page. Okay, sign up failed. Whenever you get something like any error on your screen, that means something is broken at the backside. How you can do it, just click on this inspect element, click on console. Here you will find all the errors here. Just copy that and paste that in your chat log here and the agent will handle the rest. And there's a few improvements that I have done before closing into the previous chapter. And here is, if you see on the blog here, so I have added this nicely tracked contents here. You can also the city here which tells to hire me and nicely looking social media icons on the left and all the global elements like the code, the strike through, the heading, subheading, everything is being done. The uploading is not working. So it's all the CMS part that we will obviously get to it in a bit, and all the blocker styling and all the H3 styling like this. So this is H2 is marked as with this border and H3 marked as this. And the table styling, if you go down to this is the other box. If you click on the view all posts, so you have this nicely formatted other archives, and as you can see here, but obviously there's a few things. There's something I think it's working up and running at. Okay, so it's just changed these sub this to this. So let me go again here. Yeah, so obviously there's a few things that we need to keep in mind. Links are not that pretty, so we need to fix this as well. So whatever the issues you find, you have to just log that into your notes. That's a better and organized way. So these are the fixes that I need to do. Create pretty update links, SEO friendly like this. And if you also, there's a one pro tip. If you come across some URLs like this, issues like this, there is 90% possibility that there are more URLs like this. So we just add this prompt and investigate if any other pages has same structure. Every page must have SEO friendly like this. Everything else is working. The services page is also like here. So let's go to the login again. Let me just go with the simple login and there you go. So we have got this new queries, and if you click on this and it got this nicely formatted the inquiries, but there is only option of reply via email. So we need to fix that as well. Create a interface for each query, add numbers to it and view page for each, and let admin reply from dashboard and see other pages if it has same structure, something like this. So the query section is okay. So we were talking about the blog section. Blog section is actually 100% done, and if you click on the other page, and you can also add it or your other credentials, but there's a few things that the view page of our blog is not showing any other social media handle. So what we are going to, so here in the same added social media for other in settings but cannot view on blog view page. So there's another issue. And rest, I think rest is everything is fine. If you see on the responsive side, so everything is working as you like. You can see here nicely formatted one, and I don't think we need any configuration here. So everything is, and you can add your name, the author, your image, also the description, all the social media handle. It's pretty huge. I added the Behance, Dribble, everything right here. So on the blog section, if you click on the new post here, so our editor is also live, but there's a few things that I want to say is the image upload is not working yet. For example, if I just close this down and add some image and upload the image let me add something. So if I just update this post, so it says the post has been updated. Okay, so it's working. Yeah, now it's working. Anyway, so now the blog section is completely done. Now we move forward to one by one the project inquiry section. So let's close that inquiry. So how we can simply do that. And also there's a few things that I want to list is for the inquiry section. Whenever any user contact for any query, for example, from here, it must send OTP system, but we will do that in a bit because it's a part of the SMTP. So we will do that once our website is live on our domain. I will do that configuration in a bit, but the idea behind is this page will be live on web, so anyone can submit a inquiry. So there may be spam, there may be outreach emails that wanted to post on my website that I really don't want. They use this auto bot system that sends the bot and autofill the data. And some of you might be saying, why not we add the captcha system here? There are many services that uses anti-captcha system and they can easily bypass that. So I want is to have the OTP system. So whenever user contact, just before sending a query, they should authenticate if they are genuine. So for the genuine and for the authenticity, it will send the OTP to verify if it's your email, and then the user will enter the OTP and then only I get the inquiry. So this is something which I am planning. Only thing is, let's do it like there. For example, if I want to delegate this something to my staff, I can do that. So I will add the staff member to it. So here, let me copy this and paste that in this prompt. Also on view page of inquiry, add status like pending, done, etc. Also add email notification as well. Also show analytics like IP from which user contacted, user agent, and country flag. Nothing else I need to do. Okay, and I think this is enough for it. So let it just run. And there's a few more things that we need to do for this. Is we can delete this. So we will move on to the task section, and we have this. I want to add this drag and drop folder on the task section, and let me add some task. It is in progress. Let's add something. So it's actually working, so that's fine. I just want to add this drag and drop. That will be a bit better, but there's a few things that we can edit a task. Okay, so let me add this. Add a task functionality and also project selector for which it's working. Add icons like if it's about code or SEO, GEO, WordPress, Ghost, and below it add note. I think this is enough. Ghost view task as well with comment section. User and team can add comment to each like that. So we need to add this. So let this complete and we will see the rest of the task. Okay, so there's some improvement on the task as well. So I've just implemented this due task or active task on this, and it will only show once it's added any timing, and also a view page of task. So it says task not found. Let me see if, okay, so there's a new error. Okay, so I've done some improvements on the task panel, and here I've added the timer, like something is overdue and it's only active when I add a timing. So there's always an if statement. So if you want to add something, always give logical statement. What are the logical statement have? If and else. So if something is this, otherwise this. Okay, so you have to specify that as a natural language such that the coder have this context and how to build that particular feature. So always remember in mind if and else, if, else if, and then otherwise. So these are the few pointers that you need to keep in mind to build some features like this. So it will help AI as well a lot to build your feature like this, because 90% of the code on internet is all about if and else. So keep that in mind. So this is something which I've already implemented. I also added this nicely icons to it. So if we click on it, you can simply type the geo task and click on due, and obviously you cannot select the past dates. So let's add this here, and you can select the project. If no project is fine, so click on the update task. So it add the nicely formatted here, and if I click on refresh, it will add that here as well with the icons. So this is something which is pending. This is overdue. We need to, if you click on it, it will open the view page, and it will also open the view page if you click on this. So it has added the attachment. If you're working with your team, you can simply add the attachment and something like this and just comment whatever you want, and it will add that. So it will also add the who is commenting it, and in the long run it's just for me, right? It's just for my personal CRM and with the client management. So it's everything. What I'm doing is I'm just putting out there, this is my all the task space. So if I adding team to it, then we can add more features to it. For example, here I can delegate the task to my team member, which will come in a later part. But for this, I'm just doing that for my personal space here. That's it. So now moving for task section is pretty much done. And also one more thing which I forgot to tell you, that this is also a drag and drop functionality I've added, and I can simply drop this. Okay, and this is in the review. Okay, so if I click on done, it will add this pretty animations just for me to feel good about it. And now let's move forward to the next is to add the services page. So I have few pointers in mind that I want to develop. I will show you later. So this is the prompt that I'm going to paste that here and let it complete. Okay, so I have the services and portfolio page and section here. So it has added all the information about the statistics, FAQs, and there's also a statistics section that about the drop down checkbox range drop down, and added some like that. You can simply customize each and everything about the service page. And if I go to the services page, you can see here, this is the services page with nicely formatted settings that you can easily enable in the settings section. So this is the number of page, how many WordPress theme development number of page you want, which site you prefer. So it's just a random, and also the budget tracker, and the starting from $300. So we need to add the currency as well. So this is one thing I need to do, add currency to service page. And also I've added the portfolio section. You can see here, you can edit each and every part of it. Let me show you. This portfolio is here, and this portfolio added, you can simply click on add project, and you can add the challenges, solution, the result, the client testimonial as well, the project statistics as well, how much the benefit it got to the client, and the categories, each and everything. I can simply do that from the portfolio section, and also added that same from here. Now going forward to the next is the project section. I need to add the project section a better way. For example, if I'm adding a project and it's like a proposal to send to my client, so it's like Upwork type proposals. So I will be adding all the milestone to it, which tasks will be completed at which time frame. So this is the prompt that I've entered. So all the time frame, all the categories that you need to add, and then it will send to my client or prospect client the proposal. The client will get the email and also add it to its project section for approval, and client can simply approve that or decline that. It can improve that, or it can review this, and it can also review that with added comment. It can add the comment to it, and as I am a developer or a administrator, I can simply edit that or update that page or product page, and then I will be sending again edited proposal to the client, and then if it's okay, then it will approve. And after they approve, all the tasks that I mentioned in the milestone will be converted as a task in my task section, and the timer will get on my header. So this is the way I'm going to do it. It's going to automate so many things that I do it manually right now. So let it complete and we will see the result. Okay, so the project's also done and we are going to test that out. For example, here, if I go to the project section and I will add a new project for a prospect client. So here, first you need to give a title, for example, website development or something like that. And you can select a client from the drop down list. So I've just shorted out there. There's a development and there's a link services as well. And for example, you can add your own categories to it, or you can add from here. So the currency you want, and let's add something web development project. Now here is the milestones. So milestone is, as I've already told you before, what part of the features you are going to develop. So it will be at the milestone level. So I always charge my clients on the milestone basis. For example, here, let me add mockup first, and mockup will be done in 2 days. And here's the start and end date. So if I add the start date, for example, on 15th and end date on 16th, so price will be something like $100, and I can add images to give a preview to my clients how I design. So I'm just adding that simple image, and in the attachment section I can add any form of file. For example, let's say the PDF one. So note to client, whatever you want to say, I'm just adding this. And let's add another milestone, for example, code generation. So starting will be obviously after this 16th. So I will start that from, let's say, 17 and add that to 20 because code takes time. So now here you will see the summary, and you can either save as a draft or you can send proposal. Now the client will get the email. So this will be the client client is obviously us, and it can view all the sections like here. So let's see what client will get. So let me go to the login here, and this is the project ID, and in the project section, so here it will show you project. Also, I'm going to add the here notification that you got a project, or obviously it client will get the email. And if I go here, so here as a client, I can review each and everything what my worker has proposed me. So here I can simply review this, and if I don't like it, I can request some change. Okay, let me request some change. So here add one more milestone, something like this. Okay, now feedback has been added, so I will get the email that feedback has been added. Now let me log in again with my ID. So here I just get the, oh, this is the pending one. So I've got this email from that I've got this one more milestone to be added. So I will add one more milestone, for example, final completion. So I will add anything here, and let's add start from here and that here, and the price will be another 250. Okay, and just save and send proposal. Now proposal has been updated and sent, and again client will get the email. So let me log in as a client, and there I have got the updated proposal. So one more milestone has been added, and I will review this price. Okay, that's fine, and I will approve that proposal. Now proposal approved. Now my project will start in progress like here. Let's see in my space how it will look like, and there you go. So I've got this completion, everything is there, and okay, great. So it's in the progress. And also, if you haven't noticed, all the task has been added to my header, so I can simply go ahead and see, okay, so this is the task. So let's go to the task, and it's already added here. This is the description. I can simply add more attachment to it. Now only one thing is left, is the milestones. So these are the milestones which I've done, obviously, and if this milestone is completed, so how we are going to give the review to our clients. So this is where I want to add more feature to our project section. So here what I've said is to add a task panel as well to the clients, so that they will get what are working right now, only the task that the specific client, it will sync that with the client as well. So it will show a review, and when I submitted some files for review or a video for anything else, any purpose, so it can, client can approve changes or decline, and after it approve it, it can automatically create the invoice. So this is how we are going to deal with this. Let it complete, and let's see how it's going to perform this. The invoicing and the projects are completed, so let me show you how it works. So this is a project, and I also added the task section that is synced with the client as well. So project is already started. You can see it's on the progress and getting this reminder that I need to complete my projects. And here's the task section, and there are different task section that is in to-do list. And for example, this is the to-do list, and it's about the website development, all the task details. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to submit on review here, and in the review section, and when I do that, an email will be gone to the client, and there he will be viewing that some task is available for review. And if I click on the review here, so here I can add the files to review, whatever the reason. So let me add this in some files here. For example, this is the files that I wanted it to review. So that's it, just review that, and I will add the comment, review this if you don't need any changes, something like this. So let me go here, and let me log in with the client's account. So in the client section, so it will also get the email that you have got project task on the review. And the first one, it was on the testing. I've already done that, it's working. And now here is a code review, and it can simply download this, and there's a comment from the admin, and either it can go away and ask for the request changes. So let me show you how it works. So in the request section, hey, I don't like this, please change design. So moment I do this, so it will turn again to do task. So I have to review it again, and I will also get the email that I need to review this and make it a better task based on my clients. As you can see now, all the review, it will automatically come into the to-do section. And once I've done doing the review here, so I will again put that in the review section so that client will review that. And obviously again the mail will be sent to the client, and after client login, see the task, login and see the task, and he say, yeah, it's right. So I approve the task, the client will approve the task, and now a new invoice will generate automatically. So now you can see here, there is an invoice that is automatically generated by itself. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to just open one, and based on the location of the client, and it will show the payment method accordingly. So it's my company's name and it's about the project of a client, whatever the task is done. So nicely formatted invoice. So here I will just click on PayPal now. And now here is the two methods. First is the PayPal and second is the bank transfer. If you click on the bank transfer, it will give you all the details of my bank here, and it can simply send the ACH or Fed wire, or there is a pay with the PayPal, and it won't work yet. Why? Because I haven't added the credentials. To do this, you can simply go to the developers.paypal.com and log in with the account. Now you need to create a new app. Okay, so to create a new app, make sure you are in the sandbox to test your app. So there is the apps and credentials. So click on create an app. So here I will add app name ramanpal.com. So here it has two options, that is accept payments as a merchant or move payments to other platform or marketplace or something like that. And here just select the merchant and create app. Now here you got the client ID, just copy that and paste in my env file like this. Yeah, click on accept. And the same way, let me add this a secret. Now click on save. And now let's see if our payment is working. So let me reload this invoice, click on this and click on PayPal. So it says authentication failed. Let's see. Okay, so now redirection is working. And okay, so you don't need to log in with your own email here. You just need to type with the testing tool. So here in the developer dashboard of your PayPal, you have this testing tool. There's the sandbox account. If you go here, just click on any sandbox account. Okay, so it will open like here. Just copy the username, for example, here, and log in with that particular user name. Click on login, and now it will show you the type of payment you want, and click on complete purchase, and it says the payment has been successful. So congratulations, our payment is working. And now the user can download its PDF. So if I go to the PDF here, it's nicely formatted one, for example, this with the invoice ID, and you can still check everything here. But there is a one thing that is remaining is to add a PayPal transaction ID. So for this, add PayPal transaction ID into invoice as well. So this is how you can integrate the PayPal system in payment in your bank. So for the manual payments, we can simply go here and chat directly with our clients and pay the invoices. So for the wire, user can simply select and copy this details and include the wire as in their payment, and payment will be confirmed within this. Contact us if you need any assistance. So after that, we can simply track our wire payments and mark that as paid, and then we will move to the next task. So this is how CRM actually works. One thing is left is the chat. So I don't want the chat interface like this. Okay, so we will do this tomorrow on the day 3, and by the day 3 we will be completed our everything. Also in the profile section of the client, they can add more things to it. For example, their company details, so that it want that to be added into their invoice. So we will be adding that as well on tomorrow. So I kept the note of it. So this is the complete payment integration. Only thing is left is the chat, and after the chat our CRM is up to date, and then we will do the security analysis in detail. Penetration will be done, the security penetration will be done. So for that will be exciting part, and we will test that out as well. So this is the part of the day 2. Okay, so I'm shifting towards Claude, and if you're installing Claude Code into your existing project, here are 2 things you must do. Let the AI do its all job. So first thing is, it's all about the context engineering. If your Claude agent or any agent you want to have all the knowledge about your project, they must have this context that what they have built in the past and what they are going to build, such that they have all the knowledge of the back end, front end, UI style, everything. So here is the 2 things you need to include. So if you're using a Claude Code, first you just give them this prompt. You can find it, or you can sign up to promptslab.com, and here it is analyze this project in detail, including UI UX, tech stacks, and investigate all of its functionality in detail and create a code map in context.md. It's very important because they must have this knowledge what they have built in the past and what they are going to build in the future, such that it's all the ingredients on its table to create much more and stable version in the future. Inside your .claude folder. Obviously, if you have installed Claude Code into your project, then it will create that Claude folder inside this, such that it has everything in its mind to create what they are creating in the future. It includes all details about the front end, back end, UI, UX, global styles, APIs dependencies, such that you have every knowledge about this project. This is very important. And after you have done this, just press enter. Now what Claude Code will do is it will deploy multiple agents simultaneously. It has all the information of your project, and it has created this folder, and now it will create that context.empty file. Now you should not create the agent file, for example claude.md, before doing this step. This step is very crucial before you start doing anything. So let that complete, and I will show you what it have created. Afterwards, we will create the claude.empty file. We will let the Claude itself create the claude.empty file, where it will create everything about our project there. So let it complete, and I will update you once it's done. I will show the file it has created. And one thing more is why I'm shifting towards the Claude Code now, not the Windsurf, because if you see the 4.6 pricing is it X now. So before it was 3x because of the obviously promo pricing. Now they have converted to 8x, which is not feasible for me to work on it. So I bought this Claude Code subscription, which has generous limit, and I loved every bit about it. And it also very cheaper if we compare to the Windsurf or something, because we will use Claude Code now to run everything in parallel. And let this complete. Okay, so Claude Code done at finishing the MD file, and let me show you what it is. So this is a detailed context file. This is very important for any project you are doing using any AI agent. No matter if you are using Claude Code, no matter you are using any other CLI, just make the context engineering perfect, such that your agent has everything in his mind to create any app you want. So here you can see the project overview and architectural overview. And one more thing, after it created the context engineering file, you must review this, because there may be many errors that you may find in the context as well, so that you can review it, edit it by yourself, and on the next move it will know the better context of your project folder. So here it is. This is where it should work. So I will just delete this. This is why it's important. And now you will see text tags, everything in detail, which is correct, which is the brutal primary, which we are working on. And there is a responsive design, and there is a global styles, and it's about the content models. Everything is here. And also the payment system, which we have inbuilt. These are the CRM details about what we have built in it, and also the client side. So it's huge, 745 files. So now after you have done this, reviewed this, and here's the next thing you need to create. You need to create Claude Code agents skill, and you don't need to type anything in it. Just make Claude Code do it itself. So now here is the command, here is a prompt. So now create skill based on your findings for our project, adding structural hierarchy by design presets, and also add instruction to allow add to memory after successful build, and data progress on progress.md file inside that Claude folder. So I want to document each day's progress in progress.md file. So this is also the crucial step. So let's just type enter this, and it will start building it. Now it's completed. Now if you see in the claude.md file, so it says the code map is on here. If agent needs any context about our code, then there is a code context.md file, and there is a progress.md file where it needs to update that progress. And here is a project hierarchy here, and also the tech stack and quick references here, and the UI design presets here. As you can see, every color palette we use, typography we use, button we use, everything, such that whatever it's going to build in the future, it has every context in its mind to build feature fast with zero errors. So the probability of any mess up is very low, or you are done 99% and you can build anything on it. So that's what I wanted to tell you in between, because I'm shifting from the Windsurf. Windsurf has every knowledge of our project, but obviously the cost is there. So that's why I'm moving forward to the my subscription based code, and now it's working flawlessly. So our payment integration is done for our project. And if I go to my website here, let's click on the get started, and let me mark one thing as done. So here is the task has one to do left, which is final completion. So here what I'm going to do, I'm going to put that into review section. Now when after I put that in review section, it will ask our client for the review. And now I'm going to log in with my client's account. demo client account. So here it is, the task section is here and it's in the review. The final section is a review. So if I open that, client may review it. I've already told you about the request changes. Everything was working. And if I just click on approve task, it's also asked for the confirmation. And when it's done, it will raise invoice automatically. So if I go to the invoice section, and there you go, you can see that here. So let me open that developer.paypal.com and see my demo login for our sandbox, because currently it's in the sandbox mode. So if sandbox is working, then obviously our live app is also working. So if I click on the play and click on this PayPal button and process that with the help of PayPal, now it will redirect to here. So we don't need to log in with our own PayPal, but we need to log in with our sandbox details. Just go inside your developer.paypal.com into the dashboard. So they have this testing tools, sandbox accounts. Just click on it and choose any sandbox account you want. For example here, and copy this email and log in with that email, and again with the password. Now process this payment using its inbuilt tools or cards, and there you go. So now you have, and now confirmation email will be sent to the client here, will be sent to the client as well as admin, and there is a download PDF and my invoices. It can. So if I click on the download PDF, it has all the information about my business details here, and the bill too. If the client has added its own information about its address and everything, it will be listed out here. It's click on paid, and the payment method is PayPal, and transaction ID is also added. If client initiate bank transfer, then bank transfer is also have this transaction ID that they will include into our project, and there we can add our transaction ID there as well. So this is how you can create something like this. And as you can see, it's here. If you click on the my invoices, so here it shows my invoices has been paid. So everything they can get from here, download that PDF, and they can go along with it. And their project will be done. If they click on here, the project will be marked as done in the future, and the task is also done. Now if I can go here in, let's mark this project as done. So we haven't added that it should be done after we have completed this. So all task has been finished, so we must mark it as done. So this is something which we need to add. Okay, so now going to the Claude Code here. So after all tasks finished for specific project and approved by client, mark the project as done for us, or add option for admin. So this is one thing which we need to do, to let the client add its all the business details or whatever they want to add into their invoice to be compliant with their tax system. Everything to be added on their invoice, including if it's individual, then make an option to add text. And then we are going to, there are a few things left, is the chat. I don't want to add the chat like this. It should be intuitive and also be added on here, and also on the front end, so that we can acquire more customer while we talk to them. So I need to add my chat systems here and there as well. I want to add this as view our website something without leaving our project. And also the featured image is not working. If I go to the services here, click on any services, edit any services, service images here, but it's not getting reflected on here. So this is something which I want. Next is the portfolio, which is working. The portfolio is working fine, and the blog is also working fine. The contact, we need to optimize this contact as a send inquiry, right? But we need to add this verification on our contact, which we will add that once we deploy that to our real website. Okay, and the services here, I think it's working. This is not working. And also I'm going to add all the blogs, cards here. So that's what I'm going to have the card here. Also the services section. So right now this is the prompt infrastructure that's tell me about everything here. So I want to add the services section, the portfolio section here as well. So there's a few things we need to add into our homepage, and also the structure is very bad, and also there's no schema on our homepage. So we will add more schema to be SEO optimized. Also, I don't think we have this metas also. We are going to audit that for our SEO, and I will update you once it's done. So these are the few things that I want to do. I don't want to log this as a video because this is very standard procedure, and I want to complete that till we transfer this to our main website. Okay, so real-time chat functionality is finished, and this is another account I have created. And if I see, there's a chat log on here on the client side as well as on the sidebar. So if I click on it, and here are different types of questions or departments they can contact, such that I have this context how, for what purpose they are. There is one more thing, that the online status as well. So as you can see here, I'm online here, and it shows to the client that I'm available to talk. So let me open this, and let's add some query for here. Hello, I need help regarding my project. So I've typed this, and you can see on the left that it shows that there's a new message here. So if I open this, okay, and it shows real time here, need some support. So this is real time, as you can see. Also added the functionality to let admin create a new chat with any of the clients. Also added this type of query, it's about the project, and if it's about the billing, it will show like here. So this is something which I can use to chat with our clients, and clients can chat with me, so that we have everything in line. So you can, there's also status here, and on the bar you can also see there's a one unread message that I need to cater, and it's done. So simply go ahead, it's done like that. So now it's totally complete, and now we need to push this to online, and then we will do secure analysis as well. So first thing is we need to push that to the web, and to push that to the web, what you should write is now build deploy.md file for all the instructions and zip ready file to upload to my server. My server has panel to install, write guide accordingly. There's a few things you should add to make it more accurate is search web if you need some context for this. My domain will be ramanpal.com. That's it. So now it will start writing a deployment guide to move this from local environment to a panel. This can be your cPanel, or if you use any other panel, you can go ahead. But I love aaPanel because it's free and loaded features. So that's why I use aaPanel, and I've created so many videos about the aaPanel. You can check that out as well. And after let this complete, and we will move our website to our server. So let me also propagate my domain to the server which I'm going to install. So let me do all the minor technical stuff and come back. Okay, so now we have our deployment guide ready, and the quick deployment guide is here. So it has created a .zip which I can find in download section, and rest of the things are here. So there is also a deploy.md file. You will get every details about it, how you can set that up. Okay, so it knows that I'm using Ubuntu plus aaPanel, nothing else. There is an app is this, and domain, obviously we have already propagated that. And before starting, ensure you have this which is already installed. And to view if you using which version of Ubuntu sent or any server config, for example Windows, you need to provide that into your prompt. For example, here I'm using Ubuntu here, and there's another thing is aaPanel is also already installed. Domain is already pointed to my IP. SSH access to the server, we have that. And there is a panel, admin panel accessible. So if you need any cheap hosting, then get that from the hessner.com. From there, they have the cloud hosting, which is super cheap. From $3 or $4 they start. And if you want just personal profile, from there you can get the cheapest hosting available with root access. Root access is very important for any kind of deployment that you see here, because the Next.js app, and if you're deploying something like Python apps, you need to have the root access to have much more control over your content. So root access can be available from the cloud hosting, from the VPS hosting, and from the dedicated server hosting. I use dedicated servers because it's cheap and I can host multiple websites and it doesn't even crash. But if you are just hosting yours, then you can simply buy a cloud hosting which starts from $2 or $3. Once you start getting traffic, it's configurable. You can easily increase that budget and without losing any data. So that's why cloud hosting is preferable. Now coming forward to the next is server setup. So Nginx is already installed, I think, PM2 manager Node.js. And how you can install that, go to the app store from the aaPanel if you have the aaPanel. So Nginx must be there, and it's already installed. So already installed. PM2 is also installed. So what next is to done? There is something which is already done. So what about the open firewall ports? Okay, it can be done in the bit. There's also a quick way to do that. You can add Claude Code on your server as well and give this deployment guide. It will start adding that by itself. So there's also guide, but I don't want to do that because I want to do it personally, and because that will give me a more control of what I've done. Obviously, if we incur any errors, then we can simply add that Claude to our server. There's another issue. Upload that project. There is open firewall, install that locally. It's already done. Option A. Option B is via SCP. Obviously, I'm going to do this. Add a website here. So to create add a website, obviously our project is a node project. There is a PHP project. So now if I click on add a node project, so there is the path and everything here. If you don't know how to deal with this, just do one thing, create a screenshot here and send that to your AI agent. So let me just save this. I'm adding node project. So I can do that manually much faster, but I just want to show you how you can deal with each step if you get stuck or don't know how to do it, or if you are just a beginner, then you can simply go do these steps. So here is the fill in the fields like this. Path will be here. So to create the path like this, we need to go to the file section. Okay, so here is the file section and there's a root. So here you need to create the new folder and add ramanpal.com. Upload the files that Claude Code provided you. So there it is. And let me upload this. And after you're done, just click on unzip and it will unzip all the files here. Okay. And then delete that zip file. Once you are done here, go back to the website section, add a node project. Now you can map your folder like here. So you can name Ramanpal, whatever you want to create. This one should be selected if you are on the Next.js. Now the port here is 3000. Okay, there you go. Now user can be keep that as default, and node and remark and domain. Domain is ramanpal.com. That click on confirm. The port is already occupied, so we can add that 3001. So check the project. That's it. So now when our domain start propagating into our Nginx, when domain start propagating into our project will be live. So there are multiple steps still pending. So if you don't know about the technicalities of these, for example, Nginx or Apache, whatever the server extensions or add-ons. So if you don't have any knowledge about it, you can use Claude on your server. So how to do that? We will do that in a second. So after our domain done propagating to our new server. So one thing that I want you to say in this particular section is how you can migrate your Claude Code or open your server inside your AI agent, whether you're using Cursor or something like that. So here in the WinSub, if you click on the new window, so there is a connection via SSH. So this is very important. You can use that SSH inside your Mac terminal and serves, or you can use VS Code as well to connect your SSH as well. So you have got this particular connect via SSH option, and here you need to type your IP with, for example, root at some IP or something, or you may have any user here, for example, or maybe you have another user, for example, with your name. If you have that access, just type that here. So just press enter, and now it open with the password. You must have password of your root. So here, after you see this, that means it's connected, and then you need to go to the Explorer, click on open folder, and here to go to your folder, if you are using aaPanel, you have this www on the root. Okay, so there is root and there is my folder like this. Now it will ask again with the password. There you go. And once it's done, just click on the new terminal here and make sure you have installed Claude here if you're using Claude. So the direction is pretty same as you have installed on your server, or if you haven't, then you can simply go to this page. So this is the Claude Code command. You can go ahead and install it. I've already installed on this server, so I don't need to do it again and again. And for example, here I just call that Claude here. Just click on yes, trust the server. And now if you have something like cursor, you may have your agent here. So you can call that because it has now access to your server from the SSH. So obviously now this is pretty new. Okay, this Claude does not have any access or any information about your project. So here what you need to do, go to your local code where you have built the entire website and transfer every file related to the Claude. For example, first is claude.md5. Here I've given it access. So now I will also upload that context and progress file as. So after you are done, just reference all the file here. Where is the context file? Reference all the file, analyze these files of your skill, content.md and progress.md, and move content and progress to. So now it will start analyze these files. So claude.md file is the skill file and the other files are progress and context md. Let it read, and after it finish reading it, it will have every information about our project. And then we will use our deploy.md file and give it to our Claude Code agent, and it will do everything for us. So now read this in detail. So this is the deployment guide, and next we need to tell it what we have done so far. So I have added node project inside there, used 3001 port, and what else we have done, added SSL certificate. So I haven't added this SSL certificate. To add that, I have this option of SSL certificate inside our panel. Let me apply this. So SSL certificate has been installed, and there is config file. So here you can simply copy and paste that config file that Claude agent gave you, or let the Claude agent do it by itself. So that's what I am going to do. Let it do it by itself. So here I said add all dependencies, make the app online, verify each step, you have root access to this server, domain is ramanpal.com. Nothing else you have need to do. So now it will start deploying our website. So we'll gather all the information about our server. For example, here it asks for the version of the node, and there you go, also the npm, and now it will start deploying that to our website. So let it complete, and I will show you what has done at the end of this session. Okay, so our app is live. So let me just reload this. Oh yes, it's done, and you can see everything is working just as we planned. So there's no block, that's why it says coming soon. Portfolio, there's none, and the services also, if I open, there's actually none. It's just the demo data. That's it. So if I click on the get started here, everything is not working because of some configuration we need to do for PayPal as well as Google here. So after you are done this, go to your Google console.cloud.google.com and select your project. For example, here's my project, and go to the API services. This is the credentials. So in the credentials, you have this auth clients ready, which we have already done in the past. You just need to update these things. So authorized JavaScript or origins must be your app URL. For example, here is ramanpal.com, and let me add this. And there is authorized redirect URIs. You need to add this. That's it. Now delete this, the other local ones, and click on save. Use the same client ID and secret from your local environment, for example. Okay. And for the PayPal client and secret, I will also use the same as from the local environment. For example, this, add that here, there, and go to the developers.paypal.com, log in with your account, go to the APIs and credentials, choose your app, click on edit. Here you need to add these callback URLs. For example, here, the return URL and the cancel URL, and you're done. So now let's log in with our ID and let's test this out if sign up. Okay, so let me see our client account is working or not. So it's still redirecting on the login and not opening our dashboard. So whenever you incur some errors or flow error like this, just ask your agent to fix that. So just explain everything that you have done. I tried login with the admin. It does not redirected me to CRM. And when I sign up using random sign up as client, it redirects to login page, not on dashboard. Fix these routes. So this is a routes error. It's very minor, but if you are not sure about the coding and just want to build apps without even touching it, that's how you should do. Just explain what you did and it will get all the context and perform actions on it. So let me complete every workaround and fixes incur, and then we will conclude this video. Okay, I think our login flow is working at our page, our dashboard, and also log in with the client, and this was also working. So let me log in with the client to be sure. Now login as Google is also working, and there you go, there's a new message. There you go, there's a new message here. You can see all the chats are here, and I think we are done for this. So we have built everything here. Only few things are left, that is SMTP settings, which I'm going to do that obviously with the help of Claude. And other thing is security analysis, which I'm going to use Shannon AI, which I've already covered in the detail about in another video, because I will do my own penetration testing. For example, if you go to the members.promptsolver.com, I have this penetration testing prompt, which I will be using to detect any security flaws in it. So that's it. So that's how your full app. So this was a great video, and it's actually a course for you, how you can build that for yourself, for your client, and you can grab and see on ramanpal.com that we have built using this. So this is just starting. And if you need some project to be built and I'm available for hire, we can build that much cheaper as you compare to the Upwork or somewhere else. So you can also contact me from upwork.com or from this website now. And if you want to see the security analysis, how I perform that, I've already done in the Shannon AI video. Do check that. I will put the link in the description box. So see you in the next video. I hope you like this. And if you like this, do click on the like button, subscribe to this channel, comment, and do hype this video because I need your support. So see you in the next video. Until then, bye-bye.